Hey guys, hi and welcome to the video. This video is essentially a continuation from my last GitLab video. In my last video, I taught you how to build a very simple CI/CD pipeline, right? We essentially made a pipeline that deploys a Lambda function, right? Now, this video, I want to show you about badges in GitLab and essentially do a small code quality, check, right? So. Again, as I said, right, this was my last video, right, where we essentially wrote a gitlab.ci.yml file. This is the code that will deploy my Lambda function to AWS, right, using serverless framework. But now, in this part, we essentially added a small stuff called test. So what we want to do is essentially anytime there is, let's say your code is not following the pep8 or you have too many spaces, or if you have unused import statement, we want the pipeline to fail. And we also want beautiful badges, right? So you could define, so as you can see, I said a test, right? So first I want to run the test and then I want to run the deploy. So now here I'm saying code quality, I'm providing an image, Docker image, and I'm installing these libraries. Now remember, you can do Bandit, PyLint, PyTest, PyCode coverage. There's a lot of libraries, but I'm just showing you how to use one of them, and you can basically add stuff as and when required. Now in the script section, I'm saying bandit dot, which will essentially create a security report. For example, are there any hard-coded values in my Python, right? Then this is a Flake. Flake8 is again a Python package that will check, code quality and pep8 and stuff like that, right? So to show you how things work, this is the code, right? Very, very easy, right? This is part 2, right? So we have added this. Now, if I go to my Python repository, right? Now, as you can see, I have a badge as well. Anytime a pipeline fails, I will get a failed badge as well, right? So how do you do that? So here on this article, this guy has explained things in a very nice way, right? So what you want to do is on the GitLab, you want to come to settings, you want to come to general, and then you simply want to copy paste these items in the input field. So what you want to do, you want to come to settings, you want to come to general, and there will be a section called badges. Click on expand and simply copy paste your items here. So put whatever name is given here, right? You can add anything, pipeline status, then you put exact link there, put this as well on the URL, and then click on add badge. As soon as you do that, you will see a badge on your GitLab repository. Anytime a pipeline is running or failed, it will give you status here on the badge. So for example, here is my Python code. Here, as you can see, a very simple Python hello world, but if I add multiple space, and now my pipeline should fail because it is not following the pep8, right? I have multiple spaces. So as soon as I committed this code, and if you observe my repository, I should see a tag change to running. So because my code quality pipeline is running, right? Now you can add as many things as required, as I said, right? So now if I come to my pipeline, and if I come here, now this is gonna fail. Remember that it would fail because I have an extra space in my Python code, right? And as you can see, and by the way, you guys can add as many badges as you want. For example, you can also add code coverage badge, which means it will also show you how much, in percentage of your code is being covered, right? It will essentially generate a report, and it will be showing you on a badge like this, right? So this guy has explained all the steps. I'll leave this article as well in the description, so you can check that out. And as you can see, right, the pipeline has failed, right? It says in handler.py 85E303, too many blank lines, right? So the pipeline failed, right? And if I go back to my repository, I see a failed version, a failed tag here, right? So as you can see, right, you can add, now let me just fix this quickly. Click on edit. And as soon as I commit my code again, the pipeline would, trigger, and it would essentially check my code, right? So this allows us to make sure that whenever developers are writing code, always high quality code is written, and always, code quality is a very important thing, right? You want to have proper code standards, right? You want to make sure that proper spacing has been used, comments have been added. So all these stuff you could do in the GitLab, right? In the CI/CD pipeline. So yeah, coming here, and I just want to so as you can see it's running right now. So gitlab.yml. So now you can install whatever Python packages you want. Like you can, if you have unit test code, you could also run pytest, the file name, right? And then if the unit test failed, the pipeline would fail. You could do all sort of stuff there. So I would really encourage you guys to come here and try it out personally, because I believe the best way to learn is to actually go and try things out. I would leave the source code that I have here in the description section below, and also the article that has shown how to essentially add badges, right? And as I said, there's a lot more you can do with it. For example, anytime you ship any Python code to GitLab, you can automatically create documentation using a tool called Sphinx, right? But I don't want to go too detailed, and I just want to keep it straight, simple. And in the upcoming videos, I'll show you how to create a pipeline for QA, stage, and prod. We'll have all these nice checks as well. We'll make sure that there is code quality check, the unit tests are there, and all that stuff. But all that is coming in the upcoming next video. Thank you so much for watching. All the materials are there in the description, so kindly go and check that out. And I would see you guys in the upcoming next video.